Hi guys, this is Harshit Bhardwaj. Yet another lesson in this short series. The idea is to give you an introduction of the idea of the text so that either you can go and read it and then come back and be ready for the live session on this. So I've realized that when I'm doing live session, some students are not ready, they haven't read the text. So this is what something I'm trying. So you watch this lesson, then you read the text, and then in the comments, let me know when we should schedule the live class. If I have at least 15 students who tell me that they have read the text and they would like a live discussion session, we can organize that. Unacademy is proposing its largest subscription offer, and the fees is going to increase from the 1st of August. So if you are looking to get an Academy subscription, this is your time now. There is a 45 up to 45% subscription discount until the 2nd of August. The 10%, 25% when you buy the optional and the GS combo, 10% when you use my referral code, which is in the next slide, then additional 10%, and you get free optional test series for prelims and mains. The test series are worth thousands of rupees. If you join between 29th and the 4th of August, you also get this mentorship, free mentor. A mentor will be assigned to you. The most comprehensive test series for optional preparation. I teach English literature there, so I can tell you I'll be creating the English literature optional test series. Such test series are not available for so many optionals, right? So go for it. Comprehensive preparations until the mains 2022-2023. There is an assurance that if you take a 2-year subscription and after the first year preparation you're not happy, we'll help you with the second year subscription. Most comprehensive test series, 80 tests every year. This is like nowhere else. Books in Hindi, up to 20 books worth 10,000 with 1 year subscription. So that the books are worth 10,000. You also get a chance to get a loan, 0% interest loan for your subscription from Unacademy itself. And there is a weekly test on every Sundays, free to attend, and you can get tons and tons of discounts. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year batches, prelims batches, batches in Tamil for the first time. So let's get back to the Tempest by William Shakespeare. When you're reading the Tempest, you are definitely going to get at least one question in paper one. That's a guarantee. Maybe two, but at least one question. So this text in itself is worth at least 15 marks. You can get up to 25 marks worth of questions, one short note and one large bigger question, but at least one question definitely. And it's not a difficult text, it's an easy text with very few concepts. So these are the primary concepts that I want you to focus upon: the character of Prospero, the character of Caliban, post-colonial reading of this text, and the feminist reading of this text. Within these concepts you will cover the entire all the questions. Let's talk about the character of Prospero. Prospero, the Duke of Milan, if you've read the text, the Duke of Milan was kicked out of his kingdom by his friends and brothers. He somehow manages to reach an island with his daughter Miranda. And then he inhabits that island and it basically colonizes that island. There he spends the next 12 years of his life to master magic. And he learns magic so that he can plan a revenge on the people who kicked him out of his kingdom, which he does after 12 years. That's where the play starts. Act 1, Scene 1, that's where the play starts. His revenge starts. So we look at Prospero in terms of his disillusionment for power. Because power was taken away from him, now he wants to get back the power. That's why he learns magic. And with the power of magic, he controls everything around him. He controls the inhabitants of the island, Ariel, Caliban, and even his daughter Miranda. So how this Disillusionment of power happens with him eventually. Eventually, he realizes that this was not worth it and he forgives everyone. But for 12 years, he was mad and hungry for power. Then the master slave relationship happens with Caliban and Ariel. So, this is again, this will go in the post colonial reading. But how he treats Caliban and how he treats Ariel as a slave. So that's where the post colonial reading kicks in. So, you need to be very careful of how he treats people around him. Based on these readings, you have to sketch his character. What kind of a man is he? Is he a good man? Something bad happened to him, something bad done to him. That's why he wanted to gain power and control things. I think the fact that he forgives everyone in the end uh, says something about his character. He also releases the slaves, right? So you need to understand Prospero's character well when you're reading Tempest. Second character you need to understand is Caliban the slave, the son of the witch. Now, Caliban is the native of this island, which is colonized by Prospero and Miranda. He's a native and he remains very, very unhappy throughout the play with with Prospero. So much so that even though he desires freedom from Prospero's imprisonment, he's willing to get Prospero killed by Stefano. So he's willing to, uh, change his masters as long as Prospero is not there. So he becomes imprisoned in this mentality of a slave. For him, freedom means just freedom from Prospero. So his character is very interesting. He is rude, he's savage, he's shown as rude and savage and illiterate, a typical native from a colonizer's point of view. And everything about him is shown in the bad light. Prospero calls him an absolutely savage beast. Nothing can happen, nothing can be done to you. We taught you language and you used it to curse us. This is what Caliban says actually, that I learned language and I use it to curse you. Character of Caliban is very important. In terms of post-colonial reading, the premise is very simple. Two Europeans colonize an island inhabited by Sycorax, Ariel, and Caliban. They are the natives. And for the next 12 years, Prospero imprisons them with magic, with his power, and uses them and treats them like slave, treats them like second citizen. And the entire narrative of colonialism is there, that the colonizers are in superior and the natives are inferior. That's you see that. From this, you need to understand the reflections of European colonialism. What do you get to understand about what was happening in the European colonialism at the time by reading Tempest? Right? Feminist reading is about whether the female characters have a voice. Superficial reading will tell you that Miranda and Sycorax, two female characters, they don't have a voice. Miranda, Prospero's own daughter, everything about her is controlled by her father with magic. But as you read it carefully, you will understand that the most important decision of her life, that is to get married to Ferdinand, and the most important sentiment, that is that she falls in love with Ferdinand, is taken by Miranda alone. So that is not enforced by Prospero's magic. So Prospero's magic only creates situations. At the end of the day, Miranda is able to use her free will to fall in love and then deciding to get married to Ferdinand. So when you read it from the feminist theory perspective, be careful of these things, right? This is a brief insight, brief introduction of the Tempest by William Shakespeare. When you read the entire play in original, please original, no summaries. Write in the comments, and we'll organize a live session. Until then, happy reading.